Thank you, John, and thank all of you for coming out this evening and braving the weather, which was bad a couple hours ago, but now well worth it. We're about ready to have the musical performances, but please enjoy the work, look around, make your connections. I've been talking to a few people about how much I am enjoying this show, very pleased with the way it looks, the diversity of media, the diversity of takes. There's such a wide range of approaches to the theme of mourning, to how we grieve, to funerals. I think it really reflects both how it's something that binds us universally, but also marks us through our differences and the different ways that we personally and intimately deal with this phenomenon. And I also really enjoy the different connections within the show, and I'll just point out a couple here. Thank you. And I like feedback, but I'm not supposed to perform tonight, right? Yeah. But what I like are the spatial connections. So here with Jennifer Bates' piece with the allusion to the burning of bodies. We have here at the entrance point a piece by Lee, this wonderful triangular piece that implies fire. We have in the other room Liz Hamilton's pile of ashes. There's just interesting connections across the space, but even in some of the juxtapositions. So directly opposite from me, there's this wonderful piece by Justin Durr where we have this body within a kind of coffin, but next to it we have a wonderful painting by Philippa Beardsley of a body rising out of a coffin. So I think there's interesting connections in the works in their proximity, but also over your experience of space and time. I also just want to thank Catherine and Paul for allowing the insanity that is John Allen and myself to take over this space, especially around such a potentially morbid and depressing theme. But I think it's well worth it. I love this kind of mixture and intermingling of artistic approaches, and I also just lastly want to apologize for the length of our essays. John will, I'm sure, tell you about that. He's going to be posting them online, so you'll be able to read at your leisure. And lastly, I just want to point out Amy Carson's work, which I think is really beautiful. She is an artist from Dallas who I met while I was on the road touring with one of my bands, and is a former mortician. So I love both the very personal piece that's to her brother who was murdered, but also all the kind of elements from her experience as a mortician that she lent to us to really round out this entire approach, from the very artistic to the very much of an engagement with the institutions around the funerary industry. So I'll turn it over to John Allen and then allow the bands to entertain us here for a couple hours. But again, thank you all for coming out. Please enjoy, please make your connections, and please feel free to come up to me and ask me about any questions you have about the show. So thank you.